Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while. I don't even remember the name of my channel. I've changed it a few times, so I don't know if it's Let's Rip Sports Cards or Dollar Deals. Really not too sure. I have a couple other channels too, so. Um, anyway, these are my recent sports card show pickups. Just wondering how I did. You guys let me know. I'll start with the stack here on the left. Got some vintage. So pick this guy up. Some of these stickers are not the price. They're just, it might not be what I paid for them. But this was just a really nice, super clean 75 Topps AFC Championship Pittsburgh Steelers card. You got Bradshaw and Harris, Franco Harris there. I just thought this is a cool card, cool image, clean. Very nice card for a 75. Got that. Got a Bob Greasy. Dolphins, again, just real clean, nicely centered. Old quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Played a lot of years for them. That's a 78. I got this Theismann. I think this is an 82. No, it's an 1980 Topps. Joe Theismann. Little OC, but nice card. Pretty sharp all around. Grabbed up this Testaverde. I just like the patch with it. You know, it's a Jets. He's on the Jets card, but it's out of 49. National Treasures out of 49. Super nice patch. And that is supposed to be game or player used worn material. That's a pretty cool card. Neil Smith autograph. I just don't see these too often. He's a great player for the Kansas City Chiefs. Beast. Got Neil Smith. They had a Ben Coates. That's a pretty cool auto there. Out of Mosaic. Not sure if these ones are numbered. Yeah, this is numbered. It's 200. I don't think the Neil Smith is numbered. Move this stack out the way. We got Barry Foster, another Pittsburgh Steeler. Solid running back, kind of a fan favorite. Maybe not quite like Franco Harris, but pretty neat card. Jamal Anderson, this one was really cool. I just like the blue and that refractor chrome look to it. The auto is nice, really clean. And this one was to 49 on the Jamal Anderson. Thought this card was really clean. Super cool. This was a pack pull, actually. I grabbed like one pack of Mosaic and hit this Truck Robinson. So Leonard Truck Robinson. I'm not really familiar with him. Played for the Phoenix Suns. I just threw them in this case. This was mine. I had a little $5 thing on it, so I threw them in there. I was running low on some of the hard covers. Joe Cribbs. Pretty cool. Former running back for the Buffalo Bills. Kind of a fan favorite. Although he's well behind Thurman Thomas and O.J. Simpson. There's a bunch of, probably at least 4 or 5 other running backs I'd throw in before Joe Cribbs. But a cool card, nice auto. I like the red and blue and just kind of like a color match. Numbered to 75, pretty neat card. And then we had the This was actually one of my last submissions. Maybe my last submission. I'm not really submitting with PSA anymore. Their prices are just ridiculous. But Larry Walker, X-Fractor, and a 10, which is cool. This is a Pop 2 and a 10. So these cards are sick, man. The X-Fractors are awesome. And Pop 2 on that bad boy. It's pretty sweet. Picked this one up at a card show in like a mystery pack. And it's really nice looking. Hard to get centered. Ozzie Smith rookie. So it does say authentic and altered. And it looks like there's like a little bit of staining or something on each of these corners. Not picking it up very well, but you might be able to see it if you zoom in here and over here. So I don't know if somebody touched the corner up or if it's like a stain and the stain kind of gave it an alteration. I'm not really sure. Other than that though, I mean, this thing is centered beautifully. It's a great example. The back is super clean. The back wasn't altered. I think it's something to do with the front where it looks like it was stained on those top corners, but I'm not sure. But either way, you don't see these cards centered like this. That is one heck of a great example. Very nice card. Super happy with that one. At first I was like, oh, altered, you know, card, big deal, but that's actually really cool. Then I think a lot of these were in one lot. Just picked up a whole bunch of stuff. And we got a Ken Griffey Jr. It's like a second year Young Superstars Rising Star rookie. So that's a really good card. Nice, clean. May get a 10. There's like a little issue, like it's not a perfect cut along the edge. It's centered just about perfectly, but that little edge could keep it from getting a 10. So I'm not sure if I'll submit that or not. The Dion is really cool too. I just don't see too many of these out in the wild. Again, you can see the bottom isn't like cut perfectly. You got that little bit of a edge fraying, which sometimes they let that go, but with how they are now, I don't think that PSA would pass that. I'm not sure about SGC or any of the other ones. Nice Curt Schilling, a Randy Johnson. I mean, just all like Hall of Famers, pretty much. Sammy Sosa, Omar Vizquel. Of course, Sammy's not in the Hall, but he was still a great player. We had a lot of fun watching the guy, right? I'll stick the Griffey up there too. It's cool. Diamond Kings, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. It's a rookie. Frank Thomas on the rookie. But a card that might be even cooler than that is this guy. Eric Lindros playing baseball. So one of hockey great all-time type players, Eric Lindros. Career cut short by concussions and stuff, but he was a dynamite player for hockey. And this is a really cool kind of a baseball card. Still in his Canadian Toronto uniform. I think he's Canadian. But the Thomas is really clean too. Another card that could be gradable, but I might be better off just picking up a 10 rather than trying to get it graded. Randy, there's another Griffey. And Bo. A couple of cool hockey cards, Jeremy Roenick. This one's an Elite series. Those are always nice. Not numbered though. When you look for the Elites, you want them numbered. And then we got this gold medallion Flair Ultra Gold Medallion of John Elway. Super clean. Another John Elway. Pro Set Power Players. Neat card. Got these two. Thought these were awesome pickups. These Deion Sanders cards. These are awesome, dude. They should have made Bo and Deion. That would have been fantastic to have a Bo Jackson and a Deion Sanders like this. But I think they only did Deion. Still cool. Primetime action. Those cards are fantastic, dude. I think in a PSA 10 they go for like $450. We got Barry Flair All Pro. Love these cards. They're just cool. And then we get into some Griffies, but I'm not going to show those quite yet. Hang on. Jim Thome, Diamond Skills. These are from 1991 Upper Deck. Again, just the rookies of Thome, Lofton. There's a Griffey, an All-Star card, Rodriguez. That's just a random All-Star card. There's a Griffey and Sandberg, which is pretty cool. Then we get into some of these cards, which are really cool. Oh, there's also a Pedro rookie to go along with those. We'll start with these guys in the back. So these are like 1990 Cal cards or something like that. Cali cards. Really clean with these black borders. It's tough to get gemmed up or anything, but this thing's centered really nicely and stuff. Super clean. Ken Griffey Jr. Kind of a shorter printed card. You don't see it too often. Same with this All-Star card. Again, this is out of the 90 set. Whoops. Ken Griffey Jr. There's a junior and a senior. Not the better of the bunch. This Moeller, high school All-American, Ken Griffey Jr. Really nice. There's the back of it. It's pretty cool. I think this is 1988. Actually, no, this is 1990 again, too. This one, I think, is in 88. The San Bernardino Ken Griffey Jr. on the Spirit. These cards are going up in value constantly, so pretty sure this one is an 88. There is an 87 of him on the Spirits, which is even more desirable than this card. But these are just really clean, nicely centered. Pick that bad boy up. So I think I paid for this entire lot. It was like, grading, probably like between $200 and $250. So I think I did pretty well. Got some pretty neat stuff out of it. Some of it I'm looking at grading maybe with SGC. I'm not really sure. I'm just not grading with PSA anymore. Kind of done with them. All they do is just keep raping their own customers. So I'm not really into that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Some people are into that. I'm not into it. I don't like getting raped by anybody financially. You know what I mean? A lot of people seem to think it's okay though. So we'll let them just have at it until they run out of money. And The rest of us will be fine and dandy figuring out some other alternatives, I guess. Um, anyway, loves grading. Hate the fact that they're doing what they're doing. Making everybody wait 6 to 8 months to get their cards back is ridiculous when they can just be hiring more people, but they want to capitalize as much as possible because they're capitalists, which so many of these capitalists are just destroying the country because all they care about is their greed and their own financial well-being. So screw everybody else. It's kind of the way that America works right now, and we got to change that mindset, or else we're all going to be screwed. You'll never see a collapse as big as the collapse that's coming for this country if we continue down the road we are. So just that little tidbit at the end of the video. Anyway, enjoy what you guys do. I'm doing it a different way. I just found a different way to collect right now. Not really collecting, with not doing the grading thing as much. I'll grade things from time to time, but nowhere near what I used to. I used to love just doing base cards, grading just kind of random stuff, but I can't do that anymore. You can't risk losing out and getting a 9 or an 8 on cards anymore when you used to be able to afford to do it. Now you just can't, so it's unfortunate. A lot of what I do now is just picking up cards at the flea markets or at card shows or on Whatnot or whatever, just finding different, avenues to collect cards, get what I like, and kind of go with it that way. Holding on to some of them, maybe in the future I'll regrade again if they drop their prices and come back down to earth. But while they're on Mars, I'll be here on Earth, and hopefully people start to see it that way and do something about it, because these companies won't change unless you make them change. So it's up to you. You guys do what you want out there, and have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye.